What did you make of Ohio State's performance against Michigan, and how will that affect the voters?
Dazzling performance by Ohio State. Atrocious performance by Michigan. It certainly makes it, I think, an interesting argument for a potential Oklahoma-Ohio State fourth place debate in the playoff if you assume that Alabama beats Georgia and perhaps knocks Georgia out of that picture. Some people might make an argument for two-loss Georgia. But, if Ohio State backs up that huge performance by blowing out Northwestern, which is by no means a great team, but still, if they go give the committee something to think about coming in on just a huge roll, they've got a chance to get the fourth spot. I still would put Oklahoma ahead of them, but they're going to have to be in the argument.
Let's look ahead to next weekend. What do you think happens?
I think it's going to be a really good game in Atlanta. I think Alabama, Georgia, look, Alabama's won 14 straight games, 13 of them blowouts. One of them, they were staring defeat squarely in the eyes and somehow escaped, and that was against Georgia. This Georgia team I don't think is as good, but I think they're good enough to give them a battle. I expect Ohio State to win. I expect Oklahoma to win, but I think that's going to be a good game. Red River, too.
Yeah.
I think the way it shakes out, obviously Notre Dame's in the clubhouse. Clemson's going to be in easily. Alabama, even if they lose, is going to be in. But let's say they win, and then I think it really does come down to a resume contest between Oklahoma and Ohio State.
Who would you put in?
Right now, I'd put in Oklahoma. I just have a hard time getting past a 29-point loss to a 6-6 team.
Man, how does Oklahoma's defense? I mean, it's horrible.
It's horrible.
How is that possible?
I don't know. But they came against West Virginia. I actually tweeted, are there safeties on strike? Did they leave the stadium? Because you never saw them. They were never near the ball, ever. It was just unbelievable. The back end in the middle of it was just wide open. They're 111th nationally in defense. They're the one unit, if you look at all the playoff contenders, the one unit that stands out is just simply awful. Ohio State's defense isn't very good, but Oklahoma's is really bad. And I don't know. That's the one big drawback for them. Now, they've also got the number one offense, which means they could score enough to at least, I would think, contend perhaps with Alabama if they played them in a playoff game. But I think Alabama would score every single possession.
For more Dan Patrick Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV or download the Dan Patrick Show app.